have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole in the Warning Army. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle, and thank you all so much for coming to the Lunario Full Concert 2018 reaction that I did. That concert has the Queen of the Murder Scene full album in it, and it's in 4 chapters. You all suggested that I should check out the Warning's vlogs, number 23, 25, and 26, because the ladies tell us all about this amazing album in context. So that's what we're doing for this video. It's gonna be a long one. Buckle up, bring your food, bring your drinks. Let's have some fun, everyone. Viva the Warning! These vlogs seem to have been recently released just on their Patreon, so definitely go check out the Warning's Patreon page. They got so much there. I just recently joined, and they have so much for patrons that want to support them, so definitely go check them out here. It's so cool that they have some of their videos coming onto YouTube for us to see ourselves. I did not know that Queen of the Murder Scene was a concept album before actually doing that full concert reaction at the Lunario. So it was really cool when I was at the live premiere with all of you and you were kind of letting me know how it all works out. The concert was broken into 4 chapters, as well as the album is broken into 4 chapters. So thank you, the Warning Army, for giving me context and to enlighten me on why we should actually dive in to understand the full context of this album. The music itself was incredible. I remember that concert like it was yesterday, but let's find out all the history and information behind this amazing story. And they have a very cute cat here. Dany is carrying an incredible tabby cat. I love my cats myself, so I just thought I'd go and show you my kitty, who is sleeping right there. Hi. Say hi to everyone, Pebby. Pebby's my Siamese little boy. Maybe not so little. Dany, Pow, and Ale are going to let us know everything about chapters 1 and 2 of the Queen and Murder Scene here. I'm so excited. They look so young here. They're in their home. I'm so happy that they do stuff like this for their fans. The Warning Army, you have all been so nice to me. Thank you for all of your encouragement. And if you haven't seen my latest YouTube community post, please go check out the last 2 of them, because you all have really helped me out through some tough times. Anyways, we are here now. This is vlog number 23. If there's other vlogs that I should be checking out, please let me know. But here we go.
Hello again.
Aww.
Okay,
See, the kitty always wants to go.
What's up,
Say hi.
Everything says hi.
Yes. Okay. So
Pebby says hi
in this
too.
vlog, we're gonna be talking about our new music.
Yay!
Very cool.
So chapter 1 and chapter 2 are out already, and
Ooh.
we are
So first of all, that's really cool. And I remember hearing that you guys said that chapter 4 came out, I think, for that Lunario concert itself, if I'm not mistaken. So that's really phenomenal.
extremely happy
Such a
that
cool way
you're
they do
liking
this.
it.
Yay.
Guys, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, all your comments touch our heart. Like,
Yeah, we have read everything.
try to read them
and,
all.
We're
because
really
you write
happy
a
that
lot,
you're
guys.
liking it. In this vlog, we're gonna cover like chapter 1 and chapter 2 because we haven't made a vlog for chapter 1. So
Yes.
basically, this is like new music vlog.
Yeah.
Really cool. I love it.
Let's start.
Chapter 1,
Yeah, let's start with chapter 1.
which is Crimson Queen.
It's Crimson
Crimson
Queen.
Queen.
Ugh.
And the one.
And
And
the
the
bet.
one. Okay.
Oh, okay. Those are like those songs have cool stories.
Yeah.
Crimson Queen is Dany's song.
Yeah.
Dany
Really
wrote
awesome.
It,
I
wrote the
love that
lyrics.
song.
It's Dany's song.
That's
I'll make sure every single song that they bring up here, I'll put a little clip, like the one that you're about to see, that will show my quick reaction to the song they're talking about, and then we'll jump right into it. All right.
'Cause you are my fantasy.
And that's how we'll do it moving forward. Here we go.
Kind of like it's a nice story because, well, that song was not gonna be on the album.
What's that? Yeah, it was
I have been writing that song for like a lot of time.
A lot of time.
And it was just like my song to kind of just learn how to
Express.
how do I say, like, produce something. It's something I like to have fun with. Like, I recorded myself on Pro Tools and then started adding guitars, starting adding voices.
Get
and
creative
just, like,
flow out.
I did like 7 different demos of that song.
And when,
Wow.
And when I finished, I just
she showed it to
like,
us, and
showed
I
it
was
like, do you
I was
remember this song?
I was mind blown because I remember when Dany had
Mind
very,
blown.
like a rough
Yeah.
start,
Aw.
and like I was just mind blown. I really loved the song, and Dany doesn't like
That's
usually
amazing.
start songs, so when this
Yes.
one was just like
So, like,
Wow.
when
Really
people
cool.
like it, it makes me extremely happy.
You can
like,
see
you
it.
have no idea.
Glee.
Because it's kind of like a big stepping stone for me. Like, I am used to writing with them, but
that was
writing
her own.
on my own
So that was-
is...
You're the
Yeah,
foundation
writing on
this
your own is
time.
it's
Wow.
like a very hard thing, honestly.
Yes.
It is.
I don't even write on my own. I mean, I start songs, but I don't finish it. I basically just have chords, a very basic idea of what I want to do,
Right.
and I immediately go to my sisters. A lot of people are saying like I write all the songs, guys.
Wow, that's
seriously.
so cool.
There wouldn't be one single song on this album
Without
if
the back and
three of
forth
us
feedback.
hadn't, like, wrote together. And most of the songs, some of them I started them, but most of them we actually started them and wrote them together.
Yep.
And sure, sometimes I write more lyrics, but it's not that I write all of them. I just write like a little bit more, but that's
Especially since, like, the making of a song has a lot of different
of layers.
stages.
Exactly, because maybe I have like 3 chords, but then I mean I take it to them, and then suddenly we have 12 chords,
Yeah.
and it. I mean.
Yeah,
It's a very long and complicated process.
from the writing to
There's
the
so much
mixing
respect
to
for
the
each other.
mastering,
Wow.
like, everything.
And production wise, I mean, it's just a very hard process, and we always do it together. It's always the 3 of us. And a lot of songs, like if you compare it to 21st Century Blood, a lot of the songs on this album, we actually started them together while we were writing like in our basement, and we were just like in the instruments, and we started them there. So, and I think you can hear it. You can hear that there's really like the 3 of us there in every single song. So, so basically, and then what's the second song?
And I love that, because even though this song was Dany's first one to really like lay the foundation to start a song on her own process, which is so different from trying to do it as all of them. But what Pao was trying to say is, like, even though we all take turns on maybe starting the railroad, we all finish the railroad together, and that's how we travel together on it now. And this dynamic that they have is so real. If you're a family person, if you've had sisters, like, just to be able to see this, it's so much fun, because how cool would it be to be this successful with your siblings that you love? And even look how happy Dany is when Pao is saying, I loved it. I was jaw dropped, and she's like, oh my God, like, my sister loves it that much. And it's genuine. It's not just like blowing smoke up their butt. So this is really cool. And it's just so awesome to see how young they are and how long they've been doing this. That still mesmerizes me as a newer fan to The Warning.
God.
Oh,
That's
I love
that's
it.
the
And then they can switch it up like this.
where the name came from, because every time we like try to work on that song, it's like, ugh.
No, basically, that's
Really?
Dany started it.
yeah.
And she had it as a song for a
Actually,
for a long time.
yeah.
Song.
I was just jamming
Years, I
out
guess.
one day,
was a
and
long-
that riff, just like came out of nowhere, and I was
I love them.
yeah. It
Oh,
was
the riff
mainly a guitar
lovers.
riff, like the guitar
It sure
was gonna
was.
start the song,
Yeah.
but then we.
Then-
the bass.
No, but basically that song started off as a very different thing.
It was really
extremely different.
really
Yeah, it,
And we struggled. I mean,
I
that's the
remember.
song that we struggled most on the album.
We did
Interesting.
we
One of my
did,
favorites
like,
too.
so many versions of it. Like
we did more. I think we did kind of like 20 versions.
Yeah,
basically,
probably.
it was so many. And
every one of them, different lyrics, different melodies.
Are you
different-
serious?
Oh, in the studio, we actually finished a ton of
song.
lyrics.
a ton of
Yes.
lyrics.
Like,
In the
we did
studio.
it like
Like the
on
day
the
we
spot.
recorded.
Oh my
the
god, I'm
vocals.
remembering the old lyrics and God.
Look at them. They've been through so much already.
We even did a parody. It was like the
don't know how to keep it stable, hearts and bagels.
Or bacon, or...
bacon. We were
it was-
hungry
yeah,
that day.
But basically, that song had 1,000 versions of it, and we barely finished it. And we did have a couple of like tentative
We
names
were
for it.
kind of sick of it.
Yeah,
Like,
we were sick
like,
of it.
I
I
was.
hope
You know
they're
what?
not when
Let's
they play
just
it
keep the
live.
name of. We didn't really want to change it, and
We didn't know
And
why.
And we
Perfectly
didn't found
embodies.
like another
Fine,
name.
fine.
Fine, sorry.
and after we did a lot of we did a lot of versions for and one of those versions turned out to be the one.
The One.
And
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
the other one it's the sacrifice.
Yes.
So basically, two songs came out of trying to fix.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
That's
the one.
the story.
That
Okay,
is
so
the
one-
story. How many times does that happen when you're really trying to achieve something, but something else comes out of it? And that's what sometimes becomes your thing. That's actually how reaction channels happen for me. I originally, as you can see kind of behind me, I'm a big video gamer myself, so I kind of did the route for doing video game content at first. But then one day I'm just like, man, I love music so much. Let's just like hear some music around the world and see if my stream likes it. And then started posting on YouTube, and now we're here. But like, that's what can happen sometimes, and thinking in the struggle, because beautiful stuff comes out of struggle and pressure. You got 3 songs out of it, really, because they got 2 out of but is still a song, so that's 3. Woo!
Oh, the one is I started the song on the
Yes.
piano.
Piano.
Wait, what?
Oh! Do you hear that keyboard behind your piano?
How does it start?
Wait.
Do
Please
anything
don't
to make. That's a sacrifice. Okay, thank God Chapter 2 is released because I would hate you. Okay, so basically, the one started. Oh, this is a very interesting story actually. The one started was only piano.
Yeah.
It was an only piano piece
Only
that
melody.
I had, and then I had some lyrics. This song was not even gonna be in. I mean, at first it didn't even fit in the story, and then we started adding different aspects to the story. We added like the whole
Oh, the kitty's
stalker kind
back.
of thing. So now that's so now the one could like get in
Yes.
there in the concept. So basically, I had the song on the piano, and I had a different chorus for it. Basically, the chorus for the sacrifice used to be the chorus for the one.
Wow.
But
we
then
just,
we
like,
started working on the one, and we didn't like the chorus, and we put it like on standby, and we started
We
working on it.
really did like a whole Frankenstein
Honestly,
of
all
songs.
the songs started like very Frankenstein-ish. But the
I
one
feel like
is a
that's
very
a lot
fun
of
song, and
songs, though.
It's one of the few songs where I started like experimenting with chords. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in 21st Century Blood, most of the songs have the same 3
Chord progression.
No, the same 4 chords basically. So
And
when
a
we-
different.
and different keys. So when we started writing this album, we were like, we need
Wait
to
a
change.
and
Yeah,
they're
we're-
so honest. And that's what I love about their creative process, that they have actually vlogged, and to have these are going to be so memorable. Think in 50 years when you can go back to these vlogs and really get to see these intimate moments of reflection, even during it, because they're putting it out as chapters. These are reflections as they've done the product, and they're getting it out to their fans, and they're getting the feedback as it goes. Like, this is really amazing to have, and it's so cool that bands around the world are doing stuff like this, because then we just have gems forever to see really what inspired them. And that's the best story of these bands, and just the simplicity sometimes of how a song can come up. You maybe think it's a bigger deal, but it was really just a Frankensteining of riffs, and then they're throwing it into the concept of this album. And just, there's so many different ways for songs to come together, because the only song I've ever made really is just a Frankenstein of a bunch of riffs that I made myself. And then you kind of make it work, and then you think of a generic story to kind of put it with. That's at least one way to make music, but everyone makes music a different way, so they are probably going to make their music a different way every time. So this is really cool that they're going song by song and we get to see chapter by chapter. And thank you so much for pushing me to do this.
That formula. We really
Yeah.
need to get away from that. And since
Same for
I
chords.
started-
Although, I mean, it's kind of weird. People tell us, like, it's so weird that each song in 21st Century Blood sounds so
different, but have like the same chord progression,
So
and that's
it's
really
like-
fun. I take pride in that we actually could make it sound different.
Yeah, we could.
It's like, woo!
We could do it.
But,
Yeah, well done. See-
okay, so basically,
And that's what I mean if you saw the last time I talked when they did Sick. Sick is not necessarily the most complex song. Like they're saying, they only have 4 chords, but because they're so good at still making it sound different and unique, you don't even realize that's what's happening. And that's pure geniusness. And that's what makes such creative songs and memorable ones.
it has like modulation. How do you-
A modulation.
A modulation. So we were really proud of that we could start like incorporating new elements to our music.
Of things we
And-
learned. Yeah, we have been applying a lot of like new things we have
And
learned.
we have learned. Oh, and you remember
Yeah.
one song that we went into the studio to change only one phrase?
The one.
It was the one.
Really? The one
So, I
phrase?
will
Are we
tell you.
gonna- are we-
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can,
say the
okay.
lyric. Okay, it was. Is it all in my head? Was it something you said that let my heart explode?
No, it
What?
made my heart explode.
Explode. That was
And-
the lyric.
Okay,
And I
made
was
my
like-
heart explode was the lyric. But
Made
then
my-
we returned to Monterey, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, left my heart exposed," and we were like,
Wait, it doesn't
"That's
say
not the
that.
lyric." And she was like, "Oh, I thought that was the lyric," and we were like,
That sounds better!
"Change it! I
Yes.
mean, that's perfect." So imagine, but we were not the
Let's go, mama!
We were like, we have to go back and record one phrase. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
Okay,
so you had to go back for mixing and
Yeah,
stuff.
So-
we,
so-
yeah.
That all works.
So
Nice.
yeah,
we
up.
took advantage of that.
Yeah,
Allie knows what's up.
Yeah,
advantage.
yeah.
Took advantage of that. Okay.
So okay, and now this is gonna be a long vlog. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Oh my god, it's already 9 minutes.
Okay, so when
Chapter
so
2.
oh wait.
Oh.
So we had like this whole concept, right? But it was a very long process to get it like to where it is. At first, it was not even a complete story. It was just about. I was just writing about. You see that I'm writing characters. I was just basically writing about a character who killed people, which is not nice. I know. I'm sorry, guys. But I mean, I just had like that idea.
Some of the best
And then
stories
when
have murder in
Dany
it.
and Allie, we made it so
We
much more
shaped
than
it.
that. Thank God. Thank you for fixing
Yes.
that. And then we showed it to our parents, and my dad was like, you know what? Like, we should totally make this like a novel, you know? So that's
So
why,
cool.
like, my dad was like, let's release it like in EPs so people can actually like get the
Every
the story. 'Cause
part of
if
the
you
story.
skip a song, maybe you don't understand the whole concept. And he was
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's release it in chapters and everything. We were just like so psyched about it. And then he was like, oh, you know what? Let's do an artwork for like every
Each
single song. And we're like,
Dad, you're a genius.
hell yeah. So
Hell
that's
yeah,
basically
Dad,
what we did.
too.
And
I gotta see all that
then we
artwork as
started
well.
Working on it as a team. And then
Wow, what a
we worked with
creative
Greta,
enterprise
and,
they
I mean,
have.
everything just worked
whole
out
family.
fantastically.
Yes.
And we're so glad that everybody's like liking the whole concept of it. Yeah, we're so grateful for Dad for coming up with that, because imagine if we had just released it like that. No, thank God
Yeah,
for
no.
releasing it in
We're
chapters.
doing this. I'm sorry that we're leaving you with doubts and like intriguing what the
Intriguing!
with
cliffhangers.
yeah, a little bit of mystery.
With some
Yeah, I think
cliffhangers.
that's fun. You know,
Yeah.
it, keeps
It
you there.
is.
So
Fun
that's
for
cool.
us.
Yeah, at least for us. Okay, so basically, so now chapter 2.
Okay, and then before going into chapter 2, I completely get it, y'all. All of y'all at the Lunario concert was like, there's a concept here. Please understand the story. And I think you would love the music even more, completely understanding the story behind it. So these vlogs and the anticipation for this while it was happening live would have just been unreal. So let me know, the Warning Army, if you were there when you were experiencing this live while it was happening. That would have been really cool, especially with the way that they're doing this stuff right now, as I'm seeing with like Sick. No wonder every generation really just wants to be a part of this experience as they're learning and growing and being so meta about it too. So I do apologize for not knowing the full story before doing that concert. Not necessarily shame on me, because I mean, we're human, but now that I know, I'm definitely looking forward to going back to that album and experiencing it after completely understanding the story here. So thank you, everyone.
And chapter 2 is basically...
Chapter 2, y'all!
Yeah, we should explain the story. I mean...
No, wait.
No.
Okay, we won't explain the story then.
Yeah, because
So basically...
we have to be a little more evil.
Okay.
A little more
so
evil.
chapter 2 is... What songs are they?
Oh,
It's Stalker,
Stalker.
Red Hands Never Fade, and The Sacrifice.
Yeah. My secret
I'm gonna take it out here. I'm
I'm
gonna explain the name. Okay, so Stalker was a song that I started before I had, like, we had the concept of the whole
album.
It's crazy how much I think about you. It's crazy how I can live without you. It's crazy how my love seems to grow. I'm a man.
I remember
I was gonna say the name.
we
and I was
changed
like,
the
"Woo!"
chords of that one.
The chords?
Yeah, I remember that we were sitting.
No.
Of course we did. Oh my god.
Oh yes, we did the chorus. I remember. Yeah.
I was like,
Okay, so
I know that feeling.
I remember that I was in piano class.
Good job, pal, for
And
remembering.
I was like, we played piano lessons, potato. Okay, so basically, I learned these new chords, which is basically the cliche that goes in the piano at the beginning.
dun, dun, dun.
And I really
Like
liked it, and I
dun,
wanted to
dun.
make a song with that. And the chords just sounded like really creepy. So I was like, you know that I'm not good at writing love songs. So basically, I had the mentality of like writing a creepy love song, which is basically what came out. And then after, like, I couldn't finish Stalker. So basically, we took it together, and when we started adding the music, it was just so creepy.
Yeah.
It was
really
so. It was
cool.
disturbing.
Yeah,
it
Stalker was
uncomfortable,
amazing.
Which was everything
Eerie.
we wanted it to
The
be.
guitar feedbacks.
Yeah, we
are
were
like,
when we were,
we were so
recording
happy.
that because like our rough drafts,
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like
our
Our demo.
demos, or like really like have everything.
Yeah, that
Every single
Very
did
raw.
put a lot of time
Oh
into our
yes,
demos.
we
So-
produce our demos.
So
like,
when we
to
were
100%.
recording the guitars, we were like,
Yeah,
it
those
was
riffs and
really
everything,
cool.
everything just like
Yeah.
felt
Actually,
perfect.
those feedbacks are from the demo. Like
Yeah.
we didn't want to change
anything.
Wow.
Like we were so used to
The
them, and
pianos
they
too. I
sounded
remember
so
I was
good.
recording the pianos and we put like a.
a reverb.
I wonder how often the
I don't know,
demo
we took out
gets
a
to
lot
make
of,
it
like-
into the
I don't know.
real.
I remember what I did on the piano, but I remember that I made it like wet.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sound was wet and like very like distant,
Mhm.
and we just
Reverb.
loved it because it felt reverb. Then I'm sorry. So and it felt like really good, and we were just like, you know what? Let's just leave it like that. And but thanks to Stalker, like Stalker is a reason that like we were able to
have
incorporate
this-
a lot more songs, and the story got like
Ooh,
kind of more like
could progress
developed.
more and develop. Yeah.
And after Stalker, it's Red Hands Never Fade. Red Hands Never Fade is actually a really cool story.
I tell you that it's alright. When we think enough.
About like 2-3 years ago, I had like the phrase "Red Hands Never Fade." I did a doodle on a notebook with a hand. That is I do not know how to draw. I'm sorry, but it's a really bad drawing, and it just
remember
said "Red Hands Never Fade."
It looks
And
like you
after-
did like a hand in chocolate or something.
Yeah, it was a really bad drawing. But then I came back and I just started like writing some stuff, and I just left it there.
This is so
for a very
pure,
long time, and I
y'all.
did not like pick it up again. And then when we were doing like we were trying to pick up songs that could fit here, and then we grabbed and we were like, "Red Hands Never Fade," like sounds like it could fit here.
In this story.
Yeah, and then we started working on it, and it just turned out like really. My favorite like part is like the whole "to tell you to tell me to tell you."
Yeah.
I loved like that's.
And I always got it wrong, like recording.
You said like to tell,
Tell you,
no,
to tell me to tell you to tell me.
Yeah, you always like switched it up.
you.
But that was my favorite phrase.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
felt
be
so
fun,
proud
right?
of that. That's really
I know.
cool.
I know.
And
Then
it was
Then-
that song was really hard.
Oh my god, this is hilarious because you can just see the patient level with all three of them, and it is how it is. Anytime you're doing a vlog, an interview, anytime you're on a date, anything like that, someone's going to lose interest at just a tiny bit quicker. And it's not that Dany is losing interest at all. It's you've already seen her kind of rest her head on Ali. Ali like told her sit up. Pal's like kind of talking maybe a bit too long for Dany, And she's like, okay, and then like let's keep this going. We don't want this to go too long rambling, but it's just the passion that they have for what they're doing and the heart. Especially like you can see it right now with Pow specifically for chapter 2 here, just how much she put into this, and it's so cool to know how a concept album isn't necessarily thought from start to finish right off the bat as well, and you can like, as they just saw, the Stalker gave them more substance to actually build on the story, and it gave them more chances to bring more material onto this concept album, which is just incredible.
Right. I remember that. Do you remember like the really long songwriting sessions that we
Yeah,
had?
we
just
spent, like,
trying
2
to finish
hours.
those lyrics.
Yes.
Because the lyrics for the verses were...
Oh
No, but wait, that's
No.
another
We
song.
also
before.
we
it
have
was
a ton
before.
of songs that we
Okay.
took
It
a
was
long
before we
time to
went
write
to
the
LA
lyrics,
and
but
everything.
Bright Hands Never Fade was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, but that song is it's the most tiring song to play.
Ooh, most tiring.
It's really fast,
For you.
and I'm doing
Yeah.
eighth notes on the
Well,
right
my
hand
notes are
all the
also
time.
fast.
And in the bridge, I'm doing 16 notes. So it's basically
Ooh.
my right hand is doing this the whole song, and it's so tiring, but it's really fun to play.
Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
a really
I was
cool
gonna
song.
say which one was for me, but it's still not
No,
out.
it's still
So
not out,
I
so-
was like, woohoo.
Okay, and the next one is the sacrifice, which is really weird to call it the sacrifice, because
To sacrifice it all.
okay, let me explain a little bit about the background of the sacrifice. Basically, I remember we were doing you know the Patreon rewards where we write lyrics.
Oh yeah, we were writing
The
I
lyrics
remember.
for like one of the Patreon rewards, and I was listening to my K-pop playlist, and I remember
Nice.
I was,
Oh, Dany was having a party.
oh,
at the
you were
house.
in a party outside.
Yeah, I was like, what are
and,
you doing?
and
I didn't remember this.
Ale and I
writing
were
the
writing the lyrics.
It was that day.
It was
Yeah,
that day.
right.
So
Oh,
basically,
She remembers.
I had my headphones on and I was listening to my K-pop playlist, and a song.
No,
I'm
don't
not
say the name,
gonna
I'm
say the
sorry.
name, but basically a song came on and I was like, whoa, this is really cool, and I was just like felt like really inspired to go to the piano, and basically
And I was like,
I had okay, and I started like
I love this.
playing, and stuff just like came out like really well, and I had like the verse part 1 was what the first thing that came out, but the second part of the verse,
please don't.
no, that's the first part. The second part is the that was from another song that I had that we didn't even use. I just
They sound
grabbed that
beautiful
part.
together.
I didn't even show it to you guys. That song was horrible, but that part was
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah, I thought that
placed
was
it-
like the original.
So I placed it there, and I was like, okay.
See,
this sounds
honesty.
Good. And the one more simple question came
We
out
did.
when we were with Nick Littlemore.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I remember that he
Right,
gave us
yeah.
some chords. He was like, write like a very short song with
With
this,
this.
and that's what came out.
And
And,
we-
Nick
Yes.
told us like, whatever came out here in that session, you can use. Like, it's yours. Use it on your songs. So we found out that it fit perfectly
Yeah.
there, and we were like, you know what? Let's use that. And the chorus. It was the one from the one, but
Wow.
that chorus actually came out after like the same like K-pop influence, which is
Yeah.
really weird because you guys keep telling like, oh my god, I hear this type of influence.
I love
here,
how
I hear
much
this
they
type
can
of influence."
remember
And
every
it's just really
detail.
funny for me because I mean, I look at the list of influences that we had, like what we were listening to when we were making this album.
You were like,
No
And
kidding.
it's
K-pop.
really, like,
It
listen-
makes no sense because what we do sounds nothing
like what we listen to.
But
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
now hearing that, because they're so genre-less and every song can sound so different, but when you're getting influenced by like a piano piece from a K-pop song, then getting blended to your rock and roll, you're going to have that little different sense to it. And that's just so cool to know how every song they have really is just such an organic experience for them. And I hope, like, I don't think many bands sell out or anything, and they're definitely nowhere close there at all. I just hope they keep on this path where these three are really the ones that are putting the most percentage into how the song sounds.
at all.
our
We
album
grab like tiny things we like.
that we like, and we try to
make
like
it our own.
and we make it our own. Basically,
Yep.
what we were
Which
listening
you always
to was
do.
a lot of like Japanese rock and a lot of K-pop, and that
Yeah.
Exactly.
and of course, what we always listen to.
And of course,
Yeah,
what we
like
always
My
listen
Chemical
to.
Romance,
But
yeah,
yeah,
basically.
Fall Boy, Panic at the Disco, and stuff like that.
but it's like
Nice.
but I think that that whole jumble of stuff that we listen to, like it's like
You got that right.
we're like a melting pot, and everything just like comes out like a very unique sound at the end.
And so, like, each one of us has a very unique sound.
So
that
it even
kind of,
makes like even more.
So yeah, well,
So basically,
More
the
together.
sacrifice was called Gracias K-pop.
so we always said gracias. It's
Thank
Eh,
you,
yeah.
K-pop.
So we
So-
basically called it Gracias until
And
we
so-
were recording it.
It's
in,
still weird for me to
call it the sacrifice?
It's always like gracias. Like live when like
At least
Trying to
when we
remember.
practice it here,
It's
like,
like-
Ale tells me like
Like
what
what?
song is next, and I say
Gracias,
Gracias. It's
like-
not the sacrifice. It's Gracias.
Ale.
But the
yeah.
sacrifice has to be like my third favorite song from the album. I love it so much.
Wow.
Your
I'm-
third favorite song. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just so proud.
Okay.
I used to be so stuck with chords, but those chords, we really just went out of the shell with that.
Yeah.
We have like
Oh,
that
you went.
modulation. Yeah, on the piano, I struggle. I worked
Wow.
on those chords. So I mean that modulation from the pre-chorus to the chorus.
it's really-
I was just so proud of that. It was just like, oh my god, it's so
The second
different.
chord from the
Enthusiasm, passion, professionalism. All three of them have those three traits so perfectly blended. Wow.
I was just so proud of that. It was just like, oh my god,
Look
it's
at how
so
they
the
talk
second
about their
chord
art.
from the pre-chorus. It's like
yeah, because instead of doing it minor and
But they can
like,
still have fun, you
if
know?
we did it minor, it would have stayed in it would be diatonic. It would have been inside the scale. But since we did it major,
It was
it's no
like,
longer in the scale. So it sounds like kind of like dissonant. I love that. I was just so proud.
She is.
So
Can't you
that's
see?
what- and just musically, I love all the riffs.
Oh yeah.
One I have like my favorite part is the pre-chorus. The second pre-chorus.
Look at them.
and
love that
and
part.
the end.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh yeah, fun fact, the last songs we wrote were Dust to Dust, the one, and the second.
Really?
And the sacrifice was also another like result of us trying to fix Ugh. Oh
yeah.
my god, the
Really?
vlog is 21 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, but
Don't be
let's say- I mean,
sorry.
the last thing I just want to say, it was like, okay, so
Pal.
we had a lot of fun recording this. I recorded the pianos, and it was really fun recording those. But live, that's gonna be fun. I really.
They'll get it
with
done.
The piano,
Huh?
you're doing it on the guitar,
Yeah.
and it sounds so cool. I love it. I
It
personally
does.
really like it. And then the
That's
one,
cool. You
I
can
mean,
bring the
we're
piano
using
to the
tracks,
guitar. I
so
never
we're
even
gonna
thought of
stop
that.
playing to go in.
That must
Yeah.
happen
Play the
all the
piano.
time. Why didn't I think of that?
But we're really, really glad that you're liking it. I
Yes,
hope that
thank you.
when we finish releasing the chapters, we can sit down and explain to you what the story is about.
Yes.
Which I'm
It's gonna be
really
fun.
excited about that.
After
Yeah, it's gonna
Lunario.
be fun.
Yeah, after Lunario. And
Although I gotta say, guys, most of you are getting pretty close. Well,
yeah. I
and
mean,
sometimes-
it's not a very complicated story.
It's not very
It's a very easy story to
Oh.
follow, honestly.
Before I forget, sorry. We have
Here we go.
seen that a lot of you guys have doubts about Nalamas Records. We are not signed with a label. Don't worry.
Wow.
Like, it's our own like
It's our like
sello de. I don't know how to say that.
it's our sello de
Our sello.
Symbol, like our symbol
Oh,
for.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we're-
No stress,
The thing
y'all.
is, like,
We'll release
if
it
you
when I'm
Google
later.
it, like,
Nothing's
you're not
gonna
gonna
come.
We're not
find
gonna find
anything.
anything. It's not a record label, guys, don't worry.
We're still
It's-
very independent. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's just
Thank
to
you
be
very
independent,
much.
But
But with a brand.
yeah, basically, that's it.
Yeah.
So none of
Yeah.
the records, it's still us.
Yeah,
don't worry,
it's
guys.
and the name is from an inside joke that we have
That we
with,
have with
Rudy.
Rudy. So yeah, guys, we're really
Yeah,
happy
don't worry about that.
you're liking it. Stay tuned because chapter 3 it's not long till it comes out. Don't worry.
Sounds like
So-
just like
Oh my god, this is classic.
Okay, so the next songs are one of my favorite, are a few of my favorites, and I think You guys are, I think, chapter 3, you're gonna like it a lot. I think it's gonna be one of your favorites. You're gonna like it. So, this block has gone on for way too long, so we're gonna say goodbye, guys. And when chapter 3 comes out, we'll
Tell you all about it.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
Oh my god, that's so good. I hope this isn't too long for y'all as well. We're gonna go right to vlog number 25, which describes chapter 3 of Queen of the Murder Scene. This is like hilarious. I can't imagine if you were watching this live how much more even entertaining this would have been. I'm glad at the very end they're kind of gonna go full circle and explain the story after, but they say after Lunario, so I don't know if they actually explain it at the complete end, but I am gathering a lot more how it was made, what the full story is from this, and remembering every song as they're going through this. And I love that they still kind of like they all make the noises when they're talking about the songs, which is so something I like to do, which is the kindred spirit that I think we all feel with them. They're just lovers of music, and they really love what they're doing. They're putting in full effort, and when you're able to put in full effort and get the awards and the success and the acknowledgement so fast, it can turn people, but it has not turned them. They are still so much themselves, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they're still independent, if I'm not wrong. And if so, like, even more power to them. But whatever path they go, I mean, they're growing. So I know I'm independent as a YouTube person myself. I have no one modding for me. I do all the comments myself. I do everything myself other than Alanna, who does the thumbnails and is sometimes here with me. But it can be a grind. So these girls are very inspirational for people that want to succeed. So this has been a lot of fun. We already did chapters 1 and 2, so buckle in for chapter 3. And since they have changed their shirt, we'll change my shirt. Peppy is still here. I don't know if their cat is still here, but we're ready to go. This is chapter 3.
Hello again. Okay, so we were missing chapter 3 and 4. So I guess, should we do it all in the same vlog?
No, I think it should be different vlogs.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Chapter 3.
Wow.
Awesome. Okay.
They went
so
1 and 2
we
for the
start
first
off
vlog
with
and just
Sinister
1 per
Smells.
chapter.
As you know,
Okay.
this is
What do they say?
so we start off with Sinister Smells.
Sinister
As you know,
Smiles.
this is a duet between Pao and me.
It's gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah.
Pao and I. Sorry. Okay, so
Pao and I.
technically,
Well
what
done.
is happening? Okay, the
Uh-oh.
last song was the sacrifice, right?
Yeah, the last
So
one was
as
The
yeah,
sacrifice
as you
is the
remember,
PJs again for LA.
this like character that is the voices in her head. She literally feels so alone
that she creates.
that she like her subconscious creates like this other voice, like this other person inside her head.
Yeah.
And
That's
basically
trying to,
the
make
sacrifice
her feel
is
better.
like, hey, I'm here to support you, but like let's say that this voice, this character, is not a good voice.
Yeah.
It's not a good character.
Well, we have both
It's
voices,
the
don't we?
antagonist,
Take over.
Basically. So Sinister Smiles is that like internal struggle
Mm-hmm.
of like our main character fighting against the voice in her head, and in the end of that song, the voice in her head wins and like takes over.
Yes.
And
as the song says, like the voice is repeating over and over and over, just break
Break.
apart.
break,
No kidding.
just break.
Let me take control of everything. Actually,
Oh,
the,
man.
the kind of turning point between this character and it's actually in the sacrifice where she said like all the pain will be mine. Like let me just take
over and
Take
basically
over
Sinister
everything.
Smiles,
All that
it's
pain
part
finally
where
snaps
she's fighting.
your
I'm
moral
supposed to be, like,
compass.
good girl. Dany is supposed to be like.
well, not necessarily good girl,
Oh wait,
but-
well, main character girl then.
but innocent, like that.
Well, not
kinda-
innocent.
Well,
No, basically, in that
Yes.
song, like my voice is supposed to be like
the
main
confused,
character,
yeah.
and Dany's supposed to be like the evil voice.
Right. Trying to
And-
produce.
I know.
In the end, the evil voice wins. Like Dany wins.
Yes.
Good
And,
job, Dany.
And basically, Dull Knives is like
Dull
the
Knives.
character taking over by like that voice.
Dany. Yes!
The rush
That face!
Like fully and like
Enjoying.
no, like basically turning into this
The
new, like coming
of
out
the
of the
murder scene.
cocoon, turning
Yes.
into like queen of the murder
You know, that
scene.
she's just realizing, like,
Yeah, and queen
this
of the
is
murder
weird, but I
scene
like it.
is her fully accepting the title.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, this is what I'm supposed to be, which is not
And
really a
don't
good
mess
message.
with her
Yeah,
because
she's the queen of the murder scene.
she's scary.
Oh,
Yes.
Queen of the Murder Scene was
Murder
like, very fun
Scene.
to write. It started with basically all the melodies in the song were guitar melodies.
You don't deserve the throne that Colin's mine, and I really don't want to be sorry.
Guitar part.
Right on.
Actually, I just had the chorus on a guitar, like the chorus. You see, like the. Yes,
Was only a guitar.
that's the only thing. We
was-
actually had a lot of trouble
Oh.
with
It
that
was
song.
a very difficult song to write.
When you can produce riffs that well, like, it will create the lyrics for you. That's something so impressive, because a lot of the songs that I hear, I don't know what has came first. Did they write the lyrics or did they write the guitar first? For me, when the lyrics and the guitar can blend so well together and it's almost like they're harmonizing each other, because she's also, those lyrics are exactly what that guitar sounds like. That's something that always intrigues me so much as someone who has attempted to make my own music, and it's really hard for me to make lyrics onto the riffs that I have made, where you can make lyrics just from how incredible those riffs are.
Because
Yeah.
the lyrics, man.
Not
no,
only
no.
the lyrics, the music. Because
Everything.
Oh, it's like
I did
Oh.
that part, and then we realized that we started to fill in the parts of the song, and we realized that it was all like the same chord.
Oh,
all the
it's
song.
one chord, right?
It's one chord.
It's well now
It's one
Now
chord?
we
Now it's
changed
more
it,
chords,
but
right?
at first
But,
it was one
like,
chord, like the
it
whole
was
song.
really hard to write.
Yes.
I remember that we struggled a lot.
Yeah.
It was one of the songs that, like, in like terms of struggle, it was like ugh, and then Queen of the
Queen of the
Murder
Murder
Scene.
Scene, yes.
Yeah.
Man,
Definitely.
the
Wow.
songs
Definitely.
start.
Yeah, the songs that I started are usually
Yeah, the
those.
songs that
Dany!
I'm so
are
sorry.
usually like the hardest
But-
one to write. But it was one of my favorite songs.
Yes.
After we finished it,
I-
and
I think, for me, why I think that's true is with the guitar, you're focusing a lot more on the melody. And I understand, like, maybe you can build on a melody, but in my opinion, you can build on a beat and a rhythm easier. Think of, like, Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Billie Jean, you know? We know what we're talking about, and that's what Ali and Pow do so well. So I can understand how maybe it's a little more difficult if the guitarist with the melody is the thing as the foundation, where that can be sometimes very hard.
Yeah,
we
me
speak
too.
Japanese on that song. Like we
Watashi no name wa
I really wanted to, like,
Kaodesu.
put a little bit of part like for influences there, because we have been watching a lot. Whoa, we wrote this song a long time ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, like in that time, I remember hearing that song, that
Reflections.
word a lot, korosu, in animes, which is basically it's kill. Basically, they always
You
were like,
did exactly the same.
"Korosu." So we wanted to incorporate that, and I just thought it was like the perfect song to say
do that.
korosu. It was like
Yes.
very good, and yeah. So basically, korosu is the verb to kill. It's kill. Korosu means kill, which
That's so
honestly,
dark.
it's very dark.
Yes.
It's very uncomfortable, and we know. But it was just something that fit perfectly.
Yeah, but you
And
need
of
dark
course,
and
we're not
uncomfortable.
promoting like for anybody. We're not encouraging anybody to go and like kill. Not
We're
really,
just
guys.
telling a story.
We're just
Not
telling a story.
really.
That's on, wait. The screams. Okay, the screams at the very end. It was Dany recorded them. We
I
recorded
recorded
them
those
for
screams.
the.
Oh my god, those are
demo.
your
It was not even
screams?
for like the song.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, Dany, just let her a couple of screams, like chill, just
Just
a
to see
couple
how it
of- Yeah,
sounds,
exactly.
like-
In the end, And he was like, okay, let's do it.
I turned off the lights. Like
It was
Smart.
the most
Get spooked.
uncomfortable thing
Get
I've ever endured in my
spooked.
life.
I don't know where I got
Parece
those screens out.
perturbante.
It was
It was perturbante. That's what it was. It
No,
was
it was awful.
horrifying.
It
We
was
were like
Jake, Allen, and I were just like in the room.
and the other
Yeah,
and the
like,
control
we
room.
also had the lights turned
We
off.
also had the lights turned off because
She had-
they bothered Dany.
yeah.
And
Oh, God.
God, it was horrible.
The three
And
of us were like,
it was
oh
all
my
in
God.
one take. She was screaming horribly,
Laughing.
and then she started laughing, and that was
Sinister.
We're like,
Guys.
oh my God.
We recorded the demos like in a week, like all of them.
Wow.
We kind of like we had that
On a
purpose
roll.
of recording everything. So I was like, I was in
In
character,
character,
like,
exactly.
the whole week.
No
So I was
kidding.
like-
That's insane.
I just let it all out, like.
That's so cool.
It was awful.
But-
It was.
Oh yeah, those sessions
Disturbing.
were like
Perturbante
Disturbing.
is disturbing.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
disturbing.
But
That's
yeah,
why we
yeah,
love
yeah,
the
yeah,
band
yeah.
Disturbed.
We didn't even try it again. I was like, Dany, let's leave it like that. And when we recorded the song,
I don't know.
No,
I
okay,
love
so
that.
we
I
used-
love that they kind of talk about kind of the things like, "Am I allowed to say this? No, don't say it." Like they're so precise with what they're doing. And again, you just can't understate how privileged we are to see this because think of all the amazing bands that have went across the stage. Like think of a Metallica. If while they were putting out Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, the Black Album, while they were putting these out. Obviously Kill 'Em All as well, but just imagine if they had these type of vlogs that were this intimate, or would they have done this? I know so many people that when technology like this was coming out for new bands and new actors and all this and stuff, that the mystique of these individuals became bigger because you couldn't have these moments and you didn't know what they kind of did at home. But for us in a different generation, they have that for people like you and me and the younger generations. But then they're also so good at their craft that the older generations that maybe don't need these type of vlogs and connection, they just get connected by the music itself. And to know that this, I believe, is their second album, is such a big... like it's a full story, like Dany's saying, she's literally in character as she was performing this as well, and you can feel it, especially at that concert, and it's giving me goosebumps really thinking about how full package they have for all their music, what they do now. They are just so ahead of the game.
used the screams from the demo,
yeah.
and it sounds just
Actually,
like perfect.
There were some things that we actually used the things that we recorded for the demos
demo,
on
yeah.
the actual songs. Like things that
Yeah.
we couldn't really duplicate, like the
intro for Stalker and
The intro for Stalker.
Yeah,
that was recorded in here in our home studio.
Vicios,
Sick.
The feedbacks.
The feedbacks, the piano.
That was like a one-time thing. It came out perfectly.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes.
It was also very disturbing. Okay, so
Also very
that's
disturbing.
basically chapter 3.
Yeah, that's chapter 3.
and a lot of people asked like the fill from Dull Knives that I removed.
Yeah.
I mean,
the studio
I
version
was
of
never
Donuts.
a really big fan of it. So when we started working on the song, I was like, you know what? I mean, let's take it out. And I really liked how it felt without it.
And
And
it was to support the other line that we incorporated
yeah.
in that song. It was
Let the bass line stick out more.
I wanted to do
in
that.
that part, basically, instead of
Addition by subtraction.
entering, like the, I don't know how to say it. Instead of entering on like the
downbeat.
downbeat, the like beat 1,
Yeah.
with that like riff, it entered in the one.
Push.
It's not push. It has.
The
I know it
end
in
of
Spanish.
the end
like,
of the 4.
Yeah.
The end of
One
the 4.
and yeah, it's the and. I know
The
it in
and of the
Spanish. I'm
4.
sorry. So the and of the 4. We entered in the and of the 4. So it was like it pushed. So with the fill we couldn't do that. So it was like, let's just remove the fill, and I was like, yay! Okay.
So
yeah,
cool,
something
like
that.
to think that Pow just removed something that she had to do to make the song sound better. Again, this is why they're perfect and they're so humble and they know how to help each other out. And addition by subtraction, it's so often the course that should be taken, but yet we always try to just do something more and more and more instead of just like, no, let's let there have more breathing room so we can hear this amazing moment and jam together.
Yeah.
And
Also, one point that I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, one important thing that we have been seeing, like, why
What?
didn't we make dull knives longer?
oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So we actually did try, guys. We did.
Oh!
We did want to. I know we actually like incorporated a little solo, and then we went back to the chorus and everything. But you know what?
It was horrible.
It was awful.
Nothing fitted like correctly. The song was begging us to
just
leave
leave
it
it
like
like
that.
Yes.
Yeah, we tried to
See?
make like a ton of things.
We
did,
didn't
like,
want to fix something that was not broken.
Exactly.
No, sorry. Okay. Stop it, guys. Okay, so yeah, actually we
Stop
did try, but none of the
Sorry.
Oh, the parts we
Oh,
incorporated
that's
actually
so
fit.
like
Oh,
made
no.
it made it feel less than it already was. Like it ended like this, and we just kind of like.
We liked it the way it was.
Yeah, and
basically.
it ended on a chorus and stuff like.
Oh
So-
no, it was bad.
No, it was bad. So, like, thank you guys for really, really liking that song.
Yeah.
Like, we're really proud of it too. So,
Yeah,
the
and
good
then
thing is,
It's a
that
great
if
one.
you really, really love it and you want it to be longer, you can always
Always-
play it
Well,
again.
just-
exactly, and that was a really cool thing about it, that you got like left with this feeling that you just wanted it to continue, but there was
Yes.
nothing more. So you didn't have any other option but just to
Keep
play
playing
again.
it.
And we kind of loved that. So we were like,
Strategy.
That is
why
so
fix
smart.
something that isn't broken?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
face of this blog. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of chapter 4. Yeah.
Kindly.
Guys,
I love
Just
I
a
love
little
the
bit.
little digs that they do
Okay, instead
and
of
the
just
call
smiles,
outs.
you see
Such a
there's
family.
like a weird.
yeah.
It sounds like clapping, I
Yeah, it
guess.
sounds like
But basically, what we used for that,
It's a weird instrument.
no, it's
Yeah,
a
what is it?
traditional Mexican instrument.
Oh really?
Okay, our grandfather gave it to us like 5-6 years
Yeah, he
ago.
said like, so
Five,
you
6
can
years
use
ago.
this in your songs, and we had it completely abandoned because it sounds really weird. It's
5,
like a
6 years abandoned in the back of the room. It
6
was
years
just
abandoned.
it had like
dust.
no spider webs. Like it
Oh.
had spider webs. I had to clean them out. I know.
Okay, but it sounded really cool, and it sounded like this weird like tribal thing, which we were trying to like incorporate. It just sounded so cool, and we're like, leave it.
Oh
Yeah.
Wow.
And the falsettos.
Granddad must have been so happy.
Ale sings them. There were a lot of people saying that
Aw.
it wasn't Ale.
But it is.
It is
just
Ale.
two.
Ale sings those parts. Ale
Yeah,
has,
Good.
Good. Sing the chorus.
yeah, but like in terms of range, like Ale has one of the highest ranges.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, you
No.
have the lowest range.
I have the lowest.
I
range.
have the highest range, and
But
the,
just because you haven't worked on it, I had the lowest range.
oh yeah, Dany had the. That's why he said I have the highest range, but I'm the one who works on it less. But like for lower tones, I cannot reach them.
Because look, this is the difference the difference between Pau and my voice. So she has the highest range, but her
Like my
harmonics. No, how is it?
Bass?
Overtones.
overtone.
Her
Overtones.
overtones are
deeper.
deeper. So her
So
voice
it
sounds
sounds like I
deeper.
can reach lower notes, but I cannot reach lower notes
She
at
reads
all.
higher notes than me, but my voice is like super high. So
Super high.
it sounds like I can reach higher notes, but actually I'm the one who can fit the lowest.
Lowest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that
And
is
I
so
There's a song
interesting.
that goes like super low that you can't like
Oh, it's even out. I had to practice.
even doubt it.
And
The
it's so
best
nice.
rock
Do it, do it.
voice ever.
Even doubted.
And for me, it's even out.
And I can just
I
barely
can
do it.
barely reach it, but I had to.
And now
practice
it's like,
so
I'm not
much
gonna
so
do
I
it.
could do it live. But
Yes.
I mean, it sounds good, so it's fine.
So yeah, we managed. Okay.
You managed
okay. I
indeed.
just wanted to say, guys, that even though
Wow.
like we planned this album with our own stories and something like even in our own heads, the story is a little bit different for each one of us.
Yeah,
Like,
how you
I'm the
interpret.
one who started it, and I'm like each one of us has a different imagination, and at the end of the day, so whatever you guys come up with can be that too, you know? It's like everyone can give it a little bit of taste of what.
Yeah, a little bit like their own twist.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if
Everything's
we even
possible.
Their own
say,
scene.
like the real. Oh, we are at some point going to say the real story.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a lot of comments and like, where did they get that
I know.
from? But it's actually
Actually,
pretty interesting.
You guys kind of describe it better than we do.
Yeah, honestly.
That's why
That's
I think
the
that's why
thing.
we made it into songs. If not, we would have made a book. But
Thank
like,
God we didn't make a book because we cannot even explain ourselves with words.
you guys are so descriptive. It's awesome. Like
It's amazing,
we read
guys,
your
seriously.
comments and it's like, that was what's in my
No
head,
kidding.
You know?
I learned
So,
so
like-
much from the Warning Army. It's
So,
insane.
Yes, you guys are spot on. Like some of you guys' comments are super great. Really
On point,
so
aware.
Stick with your own stories too. I think we kind of make the story vague enough. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can,
And it's actually
you know,
like it's a very
twist your-
predictable story, honestly.
It is.
So it's fun that everybody can understand it and everybody
Mm-hmm.
can like. And there is some details that are not really like present in the story, so anybody can. Come
and
up
there's
with their
some
own little-
details that we have in our head, but at the moment of communicating them,
Oh.
they just don't come out like as deep. But like
Exactly.
we
I
really
mean,
as
my
deep.
like my version of the story can be really different from their version because I remember that we changed the story so much.
Oh yeah, we did.
So everybody has a different personality for the character. So it's really cool that you guys are like just
Doing
taking
it
the
too.
character
Yeah.
and just like making it like
We love hearing your stories, and we also like.
That's
we
so
really
cool. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of you still say that maybe they don't have as much time, or maybe they do and they just really can still do this, but they really still look at comments and look at reactions. And I even saw them post someone else's reaction of their sick video on their Facebook page. So you can sure tell that they're still so into what everyone is talking about it. And because they kind of are so open with how they're working with their music, they don't want to be necessarily influenced by their fans, but the feedback and having better ways to describe things always can help your art. Like, it's not even in a stealing type of a way, but they have just this relationship that's so great because they're such family people already, and that shows by how they maintain their relationships with their fans.
wanted to focus on the psychological part of what the character was feeling, like everything that's going on in her mind. That's what we wanted to project: the uncertainty, the confusion, and then the total craziness. So like, I think it. Oh, sorry. I'm babbling now, but you see, that's why we make music, so we can speak through that. So
Yeah.
okay, I really do not have the words, but everything that you are saying is so right. I mean, we appreciate that you find the deepness in our like message and our story. It's not just a novel for us. It's like it really carries a message, not just like she's like a murderer.
murder.
Yeah,
It's really cool that you guys are putting your own little twist to the story and that everybody interprets.
Oh my
No,
god,
that
this is
interprets,
awesome.
yeah.
Interpreten.
En serio.
That you guys are
Very
interpreting.
sounds so weird.
interpreting, yeah,
Interpreting?
interpretando.
So weird.
Never mind.
In Spanish, it makes sense. That you guys are like
Yeah, making
interpretando the story your own way. It's really cool, and we really love to hear like your feedback about it.
Oh,
And
they're
we're
the
glad that you're
best.
taking it like with such open arms because we know it's not an easy topic to swallow. I mean,
Right.
we're talking about a murderer here, somebody who kills people, which is not something easy to swallow.
I
And
love
we
my
knew that
crime
the moment that we were writing
dramas
that,
and
there were gonna
everything,
be
though.
Some people who were really
Most
not gonna
do.
like what we were talking about, and we're not gonna like the twist. No, not the twist, but I mean the turn that we took when writing our music,
Yep.
because we understand that it's very different from what we've done before. But we really like what we came up with, and we're really proud of it. So we're glad that most of you are really liking it, and that you guys are like just taking this story with open arms now. Like, we really love you for it. Thank you, guys.
yes, thank you for all your support.
Oh yes, and so I think this is the end of blog
Alan,
number chapter 3, and we're gonna do like chapter 4. I think we should do it right now. We're on a roll, girl.
Yeah.
Not like I mean, pause
Not
the
in this
video
video because it's
and-
gonna
yeah,
be super
yeah.
long. We'll let you rest a bit, but chapter 4 will come soon.
Oh my god.
We're gonna record it right now.
Okay,
then
yeah,
we're gonna
but
upload it.
yeah,
So
we'll-
yeah, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye. See you on the next
See you on the
vlog.
next
That's gonna be chapter. Bye.
vlog. Oh my god, they are the best. Before we hop to the next one, do they go right into it? Kind of looks like they don't hear. They changed shirts, I think. It looks like they changed shirts, didn't it? They're in different shirts. That means I'm changing my shirt. This is vlog 26. Dany, Pau, and Ale will be explaining what chapter 4 is for Queen of the Murder Scene to finish off this amazing story. This vlog has been incredible. I think the warning, a lot of artists always underestimate their fan base and always forget that if you love something, you have patience to watch or listen for hours upon hours. So it really doesn't matter how long you want to talk about your music, the warning. We're going to be here for it, and that's why we're here. So everyone, let's finish off. Let's see all what chapter 4 is about. If you have made it this far, please consider to like if you had a good time on this video, and don't forget to go to their channel to subscribe to them if you have not so far. Okay, here we go. Oops.
Hey everybody!
Hello, guys!
And welcome to the vlog of chapter 4, which we didn't record that day. But, okay.
See?
We're doing it now.
That's
which is a
why.
good thing. Okay, so chapter 4 starts with PSYCHOTIC.
Ooh.
Which is it's without the I. Okay, so the first song is PSYCHOTIC, or short, let's just say psychotic.
Yeah.
It is basically like my.
But they do it
favorite
so
song
well.
lyrically.
Chapter 4 is like...
Yeah. Chapter 4 is my favorite album.
Yeah, oh my
favorite
God.
album, my favorite chapter. Sorry.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
But it feels
chapter,
like it for
and
them.
That song specifically, the lyrics, it's so good. I remember I wrote the chorus about 2 years ago. I remember
Wow.
you were going out with a friend, and I was in the car, and I showed you and Mom that chorus, and you were like, "Oh my God, it's so cool!" And I was so excited about it, but I just left it there because it was just like when I was beginning to start like the concept, and so I just left it there. So basically, Psychotic is a mix of 3 different songs I had because the verses that I had for the original Psychotic, they were horrible. They were literally
Really?
absolutely horrifying.
But the melody was good.
The melody was good. I mean, we could still
Oh,
use
the
it.
cat's back!
But the lyrics.
My
were
cat has
really
left.
bad. And I remember that I made another song with the same concept. Link. No.
Sorry.
I had
Lucas?
another song like for the same concept that I did 2 years ago too. And 2 years ago too. Okay. And I just recorded on my phone. And I just left it there. So when I didn't have a verse for Psychotic, I started looking at my voice memos, which is like such a drag because I have like over 500 voice memos.
Yes.
And I never.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why I do this. It's really a horrible habit. But I never I never named the voice memos. It always was like new recording 245.
Oh, yes. I always title my voice memos so that won't happen. Like,
Yeah, so
Gotta
I
be
had
smart.
all my voice memos without a name, so I was just like listening through every one, and then I found cause the blood that I bleed is no longer red. It was in G though. And
Yeah, which changed
yeah,
the
we
tuning.
changed it. Yeah, it was too high, and it just fit perfectly. I had all the first verse done already, and then when I found like that voice memo, I just started working on the second verse immediately. The second verse is my favorite verse. My favorite line of the whole song. It's the "Be proud of your pride and the things that you hide." Oh, that is "Be proud of your pride." I'm so proud of that. It's yes. Even I have to say it's really good. I just really like the whole song lyrically.
Yeah,
Like-
it's very cool.
See, there's a difference between showboating and actually loving what you did and being so happy that it turned out maybe even better than you thought it would. And that's real admiration. And when the own artist can admire their own work that much, I think then the army that presides behind them, as in the Warning Army, is going to have that much more enthusiasm and admiration for the music, because if the painter loves the the actual paint job, then he's gonna show people and everyone's gonna just be more excited to see that building because of the excitement of the person who built it. Which that's what I'm getting from here.
And it's super fun to play.
It's one of the funnest songs to play.
Although it's one of the most tiring ones. Well,
yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah,
Vocally.
the PSYCHOTICs.
No
are awful
kidding.
'cause, like she does the low notes, but I do like PS
I do
live,
PS,
Right.
and it's really like hard to
Oh,
do live.
No
With,
kidding.
Like, when we did Lunario, like it was one of the last songs.
Oh, this
Now
is
we're
after too.
dying,
Me too.
and that
was-
part was like,
No
oh,
kidding.
Especially, I mean, since the song is very lyrically packed, you don't have time
Yes.
to breathe. The only time
No
you have like
time
to
to
rest,
Yeah, it is psychotic.
The PSYCHOTICs,
And the
but
bridge.
well, only the first two ones, and then the bridge. And
Oh my
fun
God,
fact
that's
about the
hard.
song, you see that in the beginning, there's like a laugh.
Oh, yes.
It's my laugh.
But that's
How?
That's
her
like my
genuine
genuine laugh.
Like,
When somebody makes me laugh, like really,
Out of nowhere.
laughing, that's my laugh.
That-
I remember
she
we
laughs like
were
that.
recording the PSY. Yeah,
okay.
I said it correctly.
For the demos.
For the demo, okay? And I remember that it was just so, we were like laughing all the time. It was really hard to
No
see their
kidding.
face, because
Imagine
we were trying to do,
making
like,
that
as if we were
song.
children or something, like cheerleaders or something.
No
And it was
kidding,
just
right?
Really, really funny. And I
Such a
remember that at the end of
cheerleader
the
style.
I just like laughed really, really like loudly, and we had that recorded, and we're like, Jake, put that on.
Yeah, Jay, like, we said, like, you have to keep that. And he just kind of modified it so it would go in the beginning. And it sounded so good. And at the end, we got used to it. So
We
it's
just left
like,
it there.
it has to go there.
Oh,
And-
I think PSYC. I think Psychotic has a lot of like our Japanese
Oh
rock
my
influences,
gosh.
especially in
the
the bridge. I remember that in one song, a Japanese rock song, I heard like it was like, I don't know if it was, I think it was the beginning, and it starts like with like a
We love our Japanese metal and rock on this channel, so definitely if you like Japanese rock and metal, I'll throw up some of the playlists there for you guys to check out.
riff, let's say, with the like vocals, and it's just like
Yeah, it has like a vocal main part instead of the instrument.
yeah, exactly. But it's not saying anything, and I really wanted to do. It's just like a very big atmosphere, and I wanted to do something like that. And so we started working on that, and I just extremely loved it. It was really, it's really fun. But in live, when you play it live, it's really hard to do because
No
I'm doing like the
kidding.
16 notes on the. What's
The
it
snare.
called? Yeah, the snare. Thank
The
you.
snare.
I'm doing the 16 notes on the snare, and I'm just like, okay, keep breathing. That song is very tiring because the verses are really fast. I'm doing 8th notes, but the tempo of the song is really quickly. Oh,
Yes.
we changed tempos on that song.
Yeah,
the
actually,
pre-chorus,
the pre-chorus is...
Increased
It
it?
goes down.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
went
tempo
down?
goes a little bit down.
It's not very noticeable, but it's true.
But
it's
if,
there.
like you feel the difference because when we were making the demos, it felt really bad if we left it at the same tempo. That's why I remember when we were recording, like from the the transition from the pre-chorus to the chorus, I do a build-up, and I struggled a lot, like just to keep the
Oh,
time.
yeah, because it
Because
changed.
you could feel the change.
That's why I always...
I mean,
right.
it was just uncomfortable.
Yep.
It was, but we got used to it now, and it's one of the funnest songs to play. Oh, we were also
This almost
doing
looks
the-
therapeutic for
hey,
them.
Hey,
Of the chorus, yes.
yeah, the chorus, and
We didn't like it that much at first, but then we took it out and it's like...
we found ourselves
kept-
singing it,
yeah.
even
Yeah.
if even though it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And one of the most the things I like most about this song is the bass line. It's just like
Oh, yeah, the bass lines were really fun to make. The bass line of
The verses.
the verses, it was a line that I had
And
in
the piano.
So when I
Wow.
was like showing it to
See
Holly,
that?
it was
I'm so there's another thing. So something from the piano turned into the bass. So even the piano can then produce the bass and the guitar. And for someone who isn't musically trained like these three are, who all play piano and then can do other instruments, it all makes sense now. But if you're not really into music yourself and you don't know these things, that's probably why you should go and learn piano first, because look how well it worked for them.
it's really funny now, but at that time it was just like frustrating.
Frustrating.
we had nothing in the song, like, but the bass line.
bass
She was just like learning it. I was like, okay.
So it was fa 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 fa.
Even
Yeah,
though it's
they-
not that anymore.
Oh yeah, we
Timing.
changed the.
Is it called accents?
The timing,
No,
No,
I think
the thing
it's
is, the
accents,
line
yeah.
is it's pretty weird.
It's weird.
But once you get used to it, it's like,
It's like
Sounds like
not
an
a
accent
downbeat, it's
for
like
me.
I don't know if it's called
Syncopado.
the upbeat. And, no, it's not. It's
No,
not
no,
the
no, no,
syncopado.
syncopado.
It's just in the
and
E of
Yeah.
like the.
Someone will know.
Yeah,
They'll
it's
explain in the
E, yeah,
comments.
there we go. We know
we
the
said
terms-
this last.
Yeah. But it's fine. So
But yes, that's a lot. And story wise, like, Psychotic is just, our main
She's
character
just, like,
is
mocking.
crazy, and she accepts it, and she's just like,
she's
Embraced
like
the
mocking everybody
full
that's,
shadow.
Like, trying to capture her, I guess.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it.
That's what happens.
Moving on, the next song is it's Hunter.
Hunter.
Hunter's
I
my
love
favorite.
Hunter.
Bam. Bam.
Okay.
Oh my god! What a catchy hook!
Hunter was really different to write, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it started from like a jam session. We were
It started
trying.
with that riff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it had to
Yeah,
have.
we were doing it. I remember.
I had that riff.
And then I played the
Actually, no, I had that riff, and I started to do a whole other song. I had more parts of that, but you kind of like took it all out and left that part.
I remember
and then,
that.
Yes, I had no lyrics, but I had melody.
Yeah, and I
remember.
remember that I wasn't a big fan of it. So, and we started like working on the song together.
Wow, but still, when you can see, because we saw at the beginning, Pow complimented Crimson Queen at the very beginning, and it was genuine. And because right here she can kind of poke fun and be like, "No, I wasn't a fan of that," and Dany was not necessarily thrilled about that answer, but it was real, and because of that, they can trust each other, and that is what will create the best art for and the best story to come out, is if you can reflect correctly with each other. And I'm always so happy when a family can do that for each other, because that's a hard line to walk on,
But we had to do the songs like very quickly because we had to make demos of them very quickly because Jake was about to leave and we really needed to record the demos. Okay, so it was like a day before Jake came and we were just like working on the song, and I remember you were on the guitar, I was on the piano, and the chorus came out, and it was the first time ever in history of Paulina Villarreal that I had ever modulated a chorus. Is that how you say it? Modulated?
I think so. It's
Like,
a
change
modulation
the
of
key?
harmony. Yeah.
Yeah, I changed.
Wow.
Yeah, just change of key, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that song was the first song I've ever in my life
Change the key in the middle.
In the middle
the
of
same
the song.
song, yeah.
In the same song, exactly. And it was just so exciting that I had done something differently, and the chorus was really cool. And
achieving
so
something
we
first
had,
time's
like,
always
the pre-chorus
incredible.
And the chorus ready. Well, kind of. The chorus wasn't finished lyrically. But so Jake came the next day, and we were like working on the song, and we didn't have one.
I have to say, like, oh my god, these three are perfect because they do not take anything personal. And as you can see, who has dominated this conversation and who probably dominates the conversation the most might be Pow. And it's just because his personality types. And we always say that they're genre-less, they're generational-less, but they're also personality-less. And when that's not to say they don't have personality, like, they obviously, when we say it's genre-less, that means that they have a bunch of genres that they can be. So because they are all different personalities and they're a family, but then they know each other so well, so they can still be that different personality without having to, when you're in a different type of a group, sometimes you all have to act not like yourselves to get along, where they can still, poke fun to get along, to get past some of those more awkward moments, and you really get to see people live better. So I definitely want to go live for the Chronicans more, so then you can see really who I am more, because it is different when you can hit a record button and edit it compared to being live.
Single verse. We didn't have melodies. We didn't have lyrics.
We had
And we were
nothing.
basically just building the parts as
Nothing.
we went. And I remember that I had like the the part of the drums, which is very simple, honestly. So I just had that. It was like the bass, the bass. I don't know if that makes sense in English.
See, they're,
The bass.
they're
bass.
such
Okay,
music
so
lovers.
basically you have the bass, and well, they were working on bass guitar and guitar lines, I guess. And I was just giving like the bass. There has to be another word in English after like bass.
Yeah, it's just like the
Layout,
the
layout.
the bass, the bass. Okay,
the
so I was
bass
just
structure of the
I was just
song.
giving like the structure. Okay, it was just and I knew that we had to make it like something quick.
I always
just so
forget
we could
English is
record
not
the
their
song and that's
first
it. We could have
language.
changed it, like we could change it later.
Mm-hmm.
So and I was like, na, 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 yeah. And I was like, okay, wait a second, let me record this. And it was just like
It'd be
the
so
first
cool
lyric
to
that
hang
came
out
to
with.
mind. I just wrote it down very quickly on my phone, recorded it, and that
boom!
was that. And then we started
We had a
recording,
verse.
and yeah, the whole verse, like the two parts of the first verse, it was just like really
We did
quickly.
it like that, and we left it like that. Like we really liked it.
Yeah, it was. It
We
just
worked
stayed like that.
really quickly. Oh well, but the
Oh,
second
but
verse.
the second verse was like a real
What?
hassle.
We did it in the same day because Jake was leaving.
Jake was about to leave for a really long time. I remember that. So we were in a like very big hurry. So we were working on Hunter, and we had. I had already finished the first verse, but we needed a second verse, right?
And I remember Dany was busy like recording.
You were recording vocals, and
yes.
in between you came like to
to
the
work
other
on the
room,
lyrics.
and we were like working on the lyrics, and we were just like
Wow.
literally lying on the floor, just
Multitasking.
screaming at each other because we
Yeah.
couldn't. It was really funny.
Yeah, we were
It
just
was
like-
not like angry screams, but it was just like
Yeah.
no sale
Like,
nada.
Desperate.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Desperation.
we were just
Yeah,
like
it's very
extremely
descriptive.
desesperados. How do you say? It's not desperate.
No, it's
We were frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we're
like in a funny way.
Yeah. It was so very
Weird.
comical. I don't know why we found it funny because now that I look at it, we were really
'Cause they're family.
We were like, why can't we get anything out?
Yes.
So and
Writer's
we did
block.
it. Yeah, in the end, like we only took like
In the end,
we did it like 5-10 minutes, just like really intensely, just working on that, and then that's how it stayed. The whole song was just like what you listen to now is basically all that we had in the demo. Literally, now that
Yes.
when I listen to the
They
demo,
say that
of
about
course, it's very different,
so
like,
much of their
sound-wise,
songs
but
here.
the parts are all the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
guys,
kinda
we went to
stuck
the
to that.
studio like really prepared with our demos.
Yeah.
So Hunter was one of the ones that we stayed extremely true to.
Talk about your snare drum. That we really liked.
Oh, okay. I don't.
Let
I
him talk
don't
about the
know
snare.
If you guys remember in the live chats, somebody said something about like the snare in the Sinister Smiles. So, and I remember that I don't know if you guys remember, but I said that my favorite snare drum of the whole album was on a song that wasn't released yet. Well, that song is Hunter. Okay, I just
Yes.
love. It was a bit. It was like 18-inch snare. It was huge.
Huge.
I mean,
It
I
didn't
could
even
barely
feet.
it barely even fit.
Fit in her legs.
Yeah, I
It's just
couldn't
like,
like I didn't fit in the drum set.
Sorry.
So I was just and it had like really deep
Like,
sound.
okay. The Warning Army, are you with me? Do they make you feel like family and they break your walls and it brings that side out of you that you only can have when you're with your siblings? And that's the craziest thing about reaction channels and this whole media that we all can have now is how you can interact so differently with so many different groups. And the Warning Army, I tell you, it's unlike anything else because you really embody what all three of these incredible ladies are about, and that's why it's such a fun fan base to be a part of. And even they're probably doing like premieres for these, and this is for Patreon at first as well, so like these are real people that are diehards that they're interacting with, that they have probably just so many good relationships with these people. Just wow.
And I remember that in parts you see in the
Feet.
pre-chorus I do like an army roll kind of thing. It's not really an army roll, but it's just like it's basically a rudiment. So I wanted like a higher sound for that part because over like in the center of the snare drum it just sounded like really loose, I guess. I wanted it to sound like tighter. So I just went like to like the outer kind of like layer, like the outer rim, I guess. I don't know how it's called in English. It was just like in the very like end of the snare drum, which
Just
usually
not in the center.
Yeah,
Just not in the
usually in
center.
normal snares, it sounds like really pitchy and really but in that one it sounded like a normal snare, so it was really fun. And then the pre-chorus I just started going lower.
Yes.
So like while I did the crescendo, so you got like the, I don't know, dynamic. It sounded really cool. Oh, but story-wise, this song
guys,
is actually really interesting.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
one
get
of
to
the
the
few
story,
things that
too.
I think you haven't guessed yet.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's the only thing that
Yes.
you haven't figured out. It's
Okay, so wait. The
Wait.
picture of not the picture, the
picture, the
sketch,
art,
the
the
artwork
sketch, yeah.
of that song. You see, it's a Grim Reaper.
Mm.
So it is a Grim Reaper.
Yes.
talking in this song. Like
it's basically
Good.
the Grim Reaper.
we
actual hunter
introduce a
himself.
new character that's the Grim Reaper that's coming to tell our queen of the murder scene to stop doing its job
like back off.
and like
Cool.
yes, stop doing that.
This is
because
my
that's
job.
thing, and I'm gonna get you for it.
And
They took my
basically at the end of
job.
the song, the Grim Reaper does get
Her.
her.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
Kills her.
So yeah, every lyric in this song is from the
Point of view of the
Dany.
Grim Reaper. So that's why in the end,
Wait, let me hear that again.
kills her.
So yeah, every lyric in this song.
Yeah,
is
every
from
lyric
the
in this
Point
song.
of view of the
Dany.
Grim Reaper.
Cool.
So that's why in the end, Queen of the Murder Scene is dying because
Yes.
the Grim Reaper killed her. So the
We
end
don't know how. We don't know.
I mean,
what.
you.
Up
That's,
to your
yeah,
interpretation.
I mean, everybody
is
has
dying.
Yeah, everybody has their own version, but basically the Grim Reaper killed her, and so the end is
Oh.
basically that song where she's dying. She's just like dying in that song.
Those are like her last words, her
Words,
last
basically.
breaths of
Yeah.
life.
I don't regret, wish I could forget, 'cause
And that
Crazy.
that song is actually I really like the song.
It
It
started
started
on
on the
the
piano.
piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I basically have this
Always.
whole song on the piano from end to beginning was just like on the piano.
Yes. We
That's
didn't want to
so
change that actually. It was
cool.
gonna be just like piano
just
and
gonna be-
vocals.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
did many versions which were awful in the instruments.
No, it was
No.
really bad.
We did like 4 versions of it, and they were all like awful. And in Soga, when we were recording the song, it was that one song that we actually came up with most of it. And
Yes.
when the bass and the guitar were gonna enter and everything, like it was that one song that we actually had no idea what we were gonna do with.
Yeah, I mean, we had all the parts figured out already, but not like how to incorporate them correctly.
Yeah.
Crazy. I love the solo of that song. It's
That
like,
solo is very good. And I sang that song. I guess you all guys know it, and we were playing it in the Lunario. And it's basically
Shout out to
just
Lunario.
the final words of the Queen of the Murder Scene, saying that she doesn't regret what she did because I mean she's crazy,
yeah.
but that she wishes that she didn't have to
live
carry
with it.
all of that
Yeah.
while she's dying. Like she doesn't want it anymore.
It's because in the end, she doesn't regret anything because in her mind, everything she did was still because
It was validated.
because of love, for love. So yeah, she's just twisted up inside.
Yeah. She's a little bit crazy. That was the whole point.
Just a little crazy,
Basically,
eh?
That's why I sing.
Oh my gosh.
The end.
The end.
Dust to dust.
Oh yeah, dust to
Okay,
dust.
basically dust to dust. Nobody actually like figure this out.
What? Oh no!
But I don't know if they did. But dust to dust, basically, like the prologue, is it's Queen of the Murder Scene already dead.
Yes.
That's why I sing it. You know
Wait,
that
yeah.
in the last song, I die.
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
I die
actually,
with my voice.
Dust to
we kind of
dust.
did this unintentionally, but
But it worked.
We figured
the
that was
last-
a twist. Oh,
yes, the last phrase of the end, we end with start again. Like we're just saying start again
Start
over
again.
and over and over again. So like we're
True.
kind of consciously telling you to start listening again from the
Start
beginning,
again.
like start again the album. Like the album
Do it
is
again!
title, she dies
and then
dust
the
to
prologue
dust.
starts because it's the
She's dead.
She's dead.
And she's telling
And
you.
I'm like, yeah, and she like
Eh.
she's just welcoming you to her story.
Well
and
done.
And And turn in the end, everything just turns back into dust. You see, that was completely unintentional, but it fits.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They are being embodied by the muses of rock and roll. You can just tell. I am listening to Linkin Park in my car right now, and I'm going from start to finish. And as soon as track 12 is done, it goes right back to 1. So I completely understand, and I can't wait to listen to this album from start to finish again myself, probably in the studio version of it. So please let me know if you would like me to react to, because since I've already done the Lunario concert, if I should just do the whole, now that we've understanding the story a lot better, now I can do the studio version and understand how they produced it and how it turned out that way. I think that would be really cool. But let's finish this off. This has been incredible, and I can't believe we're almost done.
It's completely unintentional, but it fits perfectly.
And we were like, well,
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes happy coincidence like that happen, and it's just like really cool.
yes.
And that's why, I mean, Dany, like you see in the end of Dust to Dust and the
Yeah, my shouting.
I can't reach those.
Yeah, you were.
So, but I mean, it's really cool because I mean, it's basically the introduction of like Queen of the Murder Scene in the beginning, which Dany starts. So it's like basically like, hey, this is the beginning of the
her
actual story, and boom, the beginning of the beginning, which is Crimson Queen. It's really cool. I
That
really
is
like
so cool.
And
We're super happy with how our album came out.
yeah, we're really happy, and we're really happy.
You can tell.
that you guys welcome it with open arms. We know
Monumental for them.
Yes. I
Must have
think we said in the
skyrocketed
last
them.
vlog, or I don't know,
I
that
think it's in the
we knew it was a
little bit controversial. I mean, we're talking about a killer
different.
but we really liked it, and we know that we're just telling the story. We're not really encouraging
Yes.
anybody to do this type of stuff.
No.
Yeah.
So we're really glad that you guys liked it.
Yes.
And we're kind of, it's bittersweet. This is our last vlog
of the
like
chapters.
of like the
We
album.
ran out of music
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
explain.
But I guess that we'll keep you guys updated with what's to
They
come.
love what
Actually,
they are doing.
I've heard, I saw a little bit of your comments that you want to blog on the booklet and the art and how that all came to be. And I think we can do that. We can do that in
that's
another
cool.
blog.
Right on,
so
do
we'll
it.
do
Good
that
idea, guys.
later. And
Yes.
we'll keep you updated with
More
Lo que viene?
stuff. Yes, we're actually preparing to go to Mexico City again for the Heart Inc.
it's like this Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's on Thursday. So yeah, we're about to leave again and play more shows. So we're really excited about
Oh,
that.
good for them.
But yes, guys, we'll keep you updated, and it's also
Life of a
new
rock
month,
star.
So
Oh, yeah,
monthly
it's
video chat.
It's December.
Yes,
So-
happy December, guys.
I feel like
So
I wonder
holidays for
what
everybody
year
else. It's
Yeah.
is
December
this
now.
in, y'all?
And
So
yeah,
yeah,
guys, we'll keep you updated.
We'll
And
tell
I,
you when the date
2019?
of that will be.
yeah, guys.
And
So
please.
I think this is the end of the vlog. So thank
That
you
was
so much,
terrific.
guys.
This is the end. Goodbye.
So long, my friends.
Ale, you're supposed to be doing this.
Why does Ali always do
Bye.
that? That's so
Bye.
hilarious. Oh my god. Y'all, just like, they bring out the best of each other. They bring out the best in yourself. Plus, every single song is so unique. And just to hear how often the song came from the piano and how Pau is the one really doing a lot of, at least on this album, it seemed like just not so much of the work, but she has such an amazing creative mind that helps her lay the foundation for these songs so much. And to hear full songs can be on the piano, then they're bringing it on with the other instruments. And for me, the only people I can think that do the piano are usually people that then go on to like the guitar, like say Mark Janssen from Epica. That's what he does. He's the big composer, but then he plays the guitar. So that's just one example. So I've never really heard of someone who's a big time composer that then is the drummer. And because of that, with the singing too, Pow's just such a power force, because just like look how much like passion that she has when she's explaining the process of how this came out, and you can just see that love just oozing, and it's so real and raw. And to have that type of a sisterhood to make this type of music, they're so okay with controversy. Right off the bat, they're talking so much how this was creating controversy, but there's something good about that if you can handle it, because tough topics always have a bit of controversy, because that just means there's opinions of it. I mean, there's so much forms of art that talks about murder in rap, in shows, movies, everything, you know? And so it's okay if music's going to talk about it as a storytelling process of what can happen, because these things are real. People can snap and can embody horrible ideas. So it's just so cool to see the story behind what this actually is, since I really didn't fully grasp it when I was watching the Lunario concert, but you guys are also patient and really challenged me to go check out these 3 vlogs. So like Dany was saying, hopefully the video wasn't too long for y'all if you had to drink and if you had to watch this over multiple times. I have probably put up some chapters if you wanted to see specific moments. I don't want to ramble too much more because this has been going on for a good amount of time. I just want to know in the comments below if you want me to react to the Queen of the Murder Scene front to back studio version. I would love to do that now, knowing the story itself. So if you had a good time, please let me know in the comments below. We are now exiting the rabbit hole, the Warning Army. Chronicans, thank you so much. God bless y'all. Peace and love.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Thank you so much for making it all the way to the very end of the video. And if you have not yet done this, here's an easy way to subscribe to our channel. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, here's an easy way to do that as well.
And if you are also interested in finding a video that you might like, just click here. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care. Bye for now.